Hi, and welcome to the Sawbridge Farm podcast. My name is Dennis and I'm your host. And today we have an extra special guest, Dr. Caelin McCallum.
Perfect.
And you are the director of the Youth Bridge Housing Project, which is the farm.
Yeah.
So welcome to your show.
Thank you.
Yep. Really happy to get you on here. I wanted to wait to have you on the show until we reach this point where we can kind of just take a look back, kind of the history. We just ended the year, and I know we just posted kind of like a wrap of what happened in 2025,
Yeah.
which is quite a bit. But you've been here since day one, right?
Yeah, almost. So the grant period technically started July 1st, 2024, and I started October 12th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it took a little bit of time, but honestly, you got to wait for perfection. I'm kidding. No, I don't know. I just randomly happened to see it. The job title just said project director, and that can be a little nondescript at times. But then when I actually started to look into what is young adult bridge housing, because that's what it said the position would oversee, I saw the article that had come out about the funding that we received, the ARPA money, and it just felt like everything that I had ever done professionally kind of all melted together in this one project.
That's how I felt too.
Yeah.
It's like we're born for such a time as this. All this weird stuff we have, our life experience.
Yeah.
So for the listener who doesn't know, what is young adult bridge housing?
So young adult bridge housing is taking young adults who are at risk or experiencing homelessness or housing instability and creating a bridge for them to not only kind of develop self-sufficiency skills, but also independence, because they're at that age where it's really hard to expect someone who's technically an adult to be prepared to live on their own and be independent. So it's kind of a bridge in between being an adolescent and being an adult when you're experiencing something as life-changing as homelessness. There was also, I believe at the beginning, there was some discussions about this being a part of aging out. So originally there was talks about the individuals who would come and stay here at the farm would be aging out of the foster system or the child welfare system. And, while we'll still definitely take referrals and we're not just limiting it to those people, because there are other groups that aren't maybe involved in child welfare that will experience or be at risk of homelessness.
This project is so dynamic. It's really nice having a platform to be able to explain it, because when people ask what I do, I'm like, okay,
I know.
have a
Buckle
seat.
in.
We're going to have a conversation, because it's really unique. It's not something we can just expect people to understand, and we get to document it.
Yeah.
And that's what I've really enjoyed is the first few episodes of this podcast where we were getting to know the agency as a whole. Now I feel like we get to learn a little bit about the clients and learn a little bit about the farm itself and kind of how this whole program got together. So would you mind sharing some cool memories you've had of this project working on it?
Yeah. So, wow. So I started in the fall and they had already started talking and they were in the process of purchasing the property next door. So not the one we're in right now. And I was able to take a tour of that house with Kim and Kelly. And we went through the property. I was able to kind of get an idea. Granted, the previous owner was still living there, so all their belongings were in the house. So that made it a little bit difficult to kind of get a better idea as to what the house looked like. But that was really cool because then I got like a first glimpse and I got to start like thinking, okay, if we're going to be doing all this on this property, because at the time we didn't know about this property next door because Mrs. Lewis wasn't at a place where she was ready to sell. That came not long after, honestly, maybe a couple of weeks later. But at that time, it was just that one. So I was already starting to think like, okay, we have this barn, we have the field. What can we do on this field? Where can we put the dog kennel? Because we're going to do animal rescue. And so I was already starting to get really excited and invigorated about all the potential on that property. So that was a really exciting moment. And then being able to come here at 1525 and getting to meet Mrs. Lewis, who is just a doll. She's the sweetest woman I've ever met.
Yeah, she's great. She just stopped by last night.
Really?
Yeah, such a sweetheart.
She's such a sweetheart.
Yep.
And her kids, the ones that I've met, are really great. They're very kind and they're supportive of this project too, which is really cool. She had us over and she gave us a tour of the property. And so then I got to see, okay, everything I was picturing just happening over at 1521, I can now actually expand it out and have it across these 2 properties, which is just about 6 acres. So now I'm thinking, okay, we can do this, we can do that. And it was just all the brainstorming and the creative vibes at the beginning that was really cool.
This is such a creative program.
Yeah.
And we just had a meeting today, the development meeting, and ideas are just popping out.
Yeah.
And I love it because, we've been brainstorming a long time, but it just keeps going and going. It's like a snowball effect.
Mhm.
And speaking of growing, we're growing as far as volunteers and
Yeah.
people that are part of this team. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was very lonesome being just a team of 1 for the project.
I bet.
Yeah, so they had your position posted, it was under a different name, and then they were also considering an administrative assistant, and I was very upfront, and I was like, "I don't need an assistant for this project. What I really need is someone to help me with the fundraising and the community development and
Hmm.
really trying to get the community excited about this." And so that's when Glenn joined the team,
Hmm.
and Glenn, for anyone who has met him, and Glenn, if you're watching, is just a rock star.
Glenn is awesome.
He's amazing.
He's been very invaluable as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as putting together the internship program with me.
Mhm.
So much with the marketing, the fundraising.
Yeah.
And Glenn, I'm gonna have you on the show, brother. Trust me, your time is coming. So
You would love it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, Glenn is a superstar, and he is a former BAHH employee, so he was actually with Bright Harbor before coming back doing this project.
Mhm.
So he already understood the agency as a whole and was able to kind of automatically see and connect the dots as to why Bright Harbor would take this venture on.
Mhm.
And he has so many great ideas. And so it was him and I and Emma as well. Emma was with us per diem, and Emma was kind of supporting that. And we just started right off the bat coming up with ideas and trying to figure out, okay, what makes sense, what works. And we were trying to get a TikTok up and going, and we were making videos. I think I've already used up all the storage on my work phone because of all the photos and videos we've taken here throughout the entire process. I have to charge my work phone.
People wonder why I have 3 phones.
Yeah. Well, truly.
It's not for calling.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it's so much content that we've been building, and we
Mhm.
were going to do originally our idea was that we were going to get flowers in the ground really early on so that we can go to farmers market and sell bouquets and get the word out about what Saltbridge Farm was. And so we took tons of videos, and we were out here like this. What I love about this project is like, yeah, I'm a project director, and so a lot of people think it's really administrative, but I'm out here in overalls quite a bit, not so much now that it's winter, but
Mhm.
I've been in that in-ground pool, power washing it. I have been in the dirt planting tulips, planting ranunculus,
Yep.
you name the flowers, I've
Yeah, I
planted
can
them
vouch
here.
for that. I remember
Yeah.
the first time I met you, you were wearing the overalls, putting stuff together with tools.
Yeah, there's been plenty of times I have gone home, mostly because Kelly has required me to. I am, fun fact, allergic to grass. And one day, our ride-on mower got caught on a pool liner that was enmeshed in some overgrown grass in the
Mhm.
backyard. And we were trying to mow it down, got caught. And I came over and I see Kelly is underneath this lawnmower trying to cut the pool liner out. And so I was like, you take a break. And I started doing it, but I'm now rubbing my entire face in the grass. And so my eyes swelled shut. So I couldn't even drive home. Someone else had to drive me home. But it was good work. Great photos.
Talk about grass allergy. I was deathly allergic to grass my
Mm.
whole life.
Uh-huh.
And then when I said yes to this job, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to mow the lawn. I was a desert farmer. I'll be honest with you
Yeah.
guys. We don't have grass out there, but my eyes would just be awful,
Mhm.
turn to jelly and congestion and all that stuff. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I get out here, I mow, grass is blowing in my face. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be miserable soon. I don't have a grass allergy anymore,
Love that for you.
but now I have a shellfish allergy. I don't even know. So I flip flop, but I'm like, okay, I can stay away from the shellfish,
Yeah.
but I can't stay away from the grass. Not
Can't
farming
say
here.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
it's the worst thing. But I will say, and this is kind of a plug for us in the future,
Uh huh.
I consume copious amounts of local honey.
Well,
Yes.
we'll have local honey here very
Okay.
shortly. I'm working on getting certified to be beekeepers here.
Amazing.
Yep. So that'll be happening in the next couple of months. We have so much happening. I
Mhm.
had a real nice, relaxing, quiet holiday season here on the farm. Literally, just myself and the cat on 6 acres. They didn't, I don't go out much. And I'm like, I'm going to take in this nice, quiet time because I'm looking at the next couple of months and it's like boom, 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 boom. And, but it's all exciting stuff.
Super exciting stuff.
Yep.
And that's really what like that first year felt like because a lot of people are like, what's going on at the farm? What's going on? And I'm like, a lot of construction, a lot of planning, a
Hmm.
lot of coming up with a plan, going down that path, figuring out, nope, that's not the right route for this, and pivoting and coming up with a new plan.
Hmm.
Especially because, and like, not to get too much into politics, but when I started, it was a different administration. So there was different funding priorities.
Yeah.
So that kind of does play a role.
And then laws change
Yep.
mid construction
Yep.
and we got to pivot now. Like,
Got
oh,
to
okay,
pivot.
things have changed. Now we got to do XYZ. And
Yeah.
yep. So
Because
here we are.
originally the two properties were going to be different.
Hmm.
Phase one was going to be an emergency shelter,
Hmm.
and phase two was going to be independent units
Hmm.
for independent living. But under the current administration, we're transitioning away from funding emergency shelters
Hmm.
and doing more transitional housing and sober living. So we made that pivot, which I do believe is so great about this is because we had such a long period to develop this. It allows us to prepare and also I keep saying the word pivot, but we
It's
really
true.
did pivot
Yeah.
because that's what happened. We started phase one
Hmm.
over there at 1521 as emergency shelter, and then now we're doing sober living and there's new regulations, and so that means new structures. But it's working out,
Hmm.
which is nice. It's been easy going. There hasn't been too many
I've got an
hurdles.
idea.
Okay.
Let's show the viewers a tour of the farm.
Love it.
Okay, we'll hop in the UTV.
All
Sound
right.
good?
Sounds good.
Okay. So here we go. This is 1521.
1521.
Beautiful brick home, ranch style.
Yeah. Um, this is the first property we purchased in December 2024. And there was bushes all in the front. And this is the one that's currently under construction.
Hmm.
So we have a great team that's over there really helping us out. They're really passionate about the project.
Yep.
And then back here, you can kind of see a little bit on the left. We didn't really do a few things, like a big clip of it, but we have like an entire flower garden over there.
Yep.
That's where we were planning to grow flowers so we can sell them at farmers markets, which I think we still could
Yep.
next year
Big
or the
empty
summer.
pool there too.
Big empty
Yep.
pool, yeah, that we're gonna turn into a garden pool. That'll be exciting. That's how we got you. We didn't even talk about that on the podcast. We
Yeah,
probably should have.
we got that on episode 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Eventually I'll have like I think when we'll do the garden pool episode, we'll have a
Maybe
garden
I'll
pool talk.
interview you.
Hey, I'm down.
Yeah,
That sounds
all
good.
right. So when we first got here, I mean, it was the winter, so it had snowed. So this was all covered in snow when we first got it. So we had no idea what was going on. Oh my God, the funniest story. So Austin and I were cleaning out the two barns,
Uh-huh.
and Austin comes from that orange one, and he goes, I found a bunch of like gunpowder, and there was like 15 canisters from like the 1960s of gunpowder
Oh,
for
lovely.
different types of guns. And I'm like, what are we supposed to do with this? I had to call the police. The police had to come.
Uh-huh.
They had no idea what they were supposed to do with it because no one had ever done this. I'm like, this is what the internet told me to do is you dispose of it because I don't want this on my property. It wasn't even locked up. Like it's an open door shed. And we just had gunpowder back there. Like they were like, you're lucky it didn't blow up. Like in the heat, it could just get too hot and combust.
All right, now we're going off-road into the next property here. That big lot we seen was where we're growing, and this is all basically milkweed back here. It's dormant right now, but we have some big plans for this back here.
Yeah, we have a lot of really big plans. Originally, our thought was that we would have tiny homes back there, but we can't have tiny homes.
Yep, in this greenhouse we're going to be fixing up pretty soon,
Yes.
which I'm excited for.
We also, right behind the structure that I know Dennis is going to talk about, we have stinging nettle growing naturally.
Yep. And then this structure here, this block building, roof's caved in, but what we're going to be doing is cleaning that up, fixing it up, and we're going to be keeping bees there.
Be really cool.
Bees in the house.
He's in the house. Yeah. And that's also all mint all along there as well.
We have a lot of logs to clean up. We'll be growing culinary mushrooms with some of those logs, which I'm excited for.
Fancy.
Yep. We have 6 different varieties.
And now this is where we're planning on putting the dog kennel back here,
Mhm.
right?
For the rescue, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that. I can't wait to get dogs.
Yeah.
I love dogs.
Love dogs. That'll be a really fun one. We already have all that. That is something I'm happy to say we already have done. We have a logo. We have all the foster application forms,
Oh,
surrender
cool.
forms. Yeah, that's all been done.
This is 1525. Beautiful. And you can see right here at the bay window, that's where we are.
Yeah.
That's the podcast studio.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 1525 originally was a small colonial. So this room that we're in
Mhm.
was an addition, and then the room on the right hand side in that video, that was also an addition because it was a small little family, but they were having kids, and so they had to keep building the house up.
Yeah, and even the upstairs is an addition
It's
as
an
well.
addition as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happens with life.
Yeah.
Life grows and evolves, and I feel like that's really what has been happening with this program.
Yeah.
We've been finding some really good grants, and we've been blessed to have some good partnerships come out of this.
Yeah. Really good partnerships. And
Yep.
I think they'll just continue to grow. I didn't want, so like that was one thing. I didn't want to start really building partnerships too early
Mhm.
on. And then people be like, they forget about you, right? Because we
Mhm.
don't have anything. So now that we're getting into our final stretch,
Yeah.
where that's when I'm going to be hitting up all of our local businesses.
Yeah, I remember when I first got here, I'm like, we need to have a partnership with Rutgers.
Yep.
And everyone's like, okay, Dennis.
Yeah.
But we got it.
We got it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so really excited for that. What we're doing here is very special.
Mhm.
Nothing like it that I've seen in America with as far as like the agriculture, the sustainability, the societal aspect.
Yeah.
It's just an absolutely wonderful project, and I'm
Yeah.
excited for it. Can't wait to cut that ribbon.
I know. That'll be fun.
Yep.
We should order those scissors now.
Yeah, the biggest scissors, big
Yes.
gold plated. We'll all have to get top hats, I'm
Oh
thinking.
my gosh. I'm picturing Kelly and Kim now with
Yep,
their top hats.
with the top hats. Yep.
It'll be different from the Kiwanis hats.
I don't know about those hats, so
Oh, no,
I know.
it's that instant.
Yep.
But yeah, but thank you for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming out to the farm.
Yeah.
And this won't be the last time you're on the show.
Yep.
So
Hopefully.
we've had a fun time.
Yeah.
Yep, it's been great working with you, and I appreciate everybody tuning in, and stay tuned because there's more to come.
And so much more.
Really excited. All right, take care.
Bye.